Hey guys and girls, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting from Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stands for losers. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is.
You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another House Party Remix. I got my wifey to the left, Tabatha. What's going on, babe?
Hello.
And I got my man Jacob on the other fucking mic. What's going on, Jake? Let me see.
Balls.
Yeah, there you go.
Balls.
There you go. You
Balls.
Testicles. Hello.
Balls.
Yeah.
Testes.
All
1,
right,
2,
here
1,
we
2.
go.
There you go. How is that work life for you guys?
Shitty.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's paying the bills for now, which I can't complain about. But, you know, things could always be better. Things could always be worse.
So, did like COVID just disappear, bro, or what happened?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
Kind of seems that way for most people.
People just stopped.
Right?
Or I had like a homeboy. Did you see a homeboy come up in the fucking bar today? I don't know if you were there yet, but like, dude just rolls in and he's just like, no mask in it. And he's just like, somebody stops and was like, are you looking for a table? He's like, no, I'm just going to sit at the bar. So he comes and sits down at the bar and I was like, hey man, like, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I didn't say anything to him. I just went in the back and I grabbed one of the paper masks and I came back out and I just kind of put it on the bar and I was like, hey bro, like if you get up from your chair, you have to put it on. And he was cool about it. He's like, well, I don't understand this. This still doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, man, I don't make the rules. Like, if we want to stay open, you got to follow the rules. And he's like, he's like, it's cool. I'll support you. I appreciate it. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, you got a free mask now. Fucking
People
wear it,
just
bitch.
are trying not to stop. They're just trying to stop just not caring anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of all that winning that was happening, I was like freaking out because I was like, damn, when LA won the chip, there was not social distancing by any stretch of the imagination, bro.
I knew that was going to happen.
Dude,
Right?
oh, you're talking about the Lakers?
Yeah.
Fuck, oh my God. Like, LA
and they
would
didn't even
look
play
like,
in LA.
that shit
right?
was like
No, and they were
crazier
still
than
storming
like,
the
Right.
Staples Center. Yeah, no, it was wild.
it looked like fucking New Year's Eve when the ball dropped in New York City. It was
Right.
crazy. People were everywhere.
And I don't think even most of them had masks on.
No.
Right.
I
I've
think
seen it.
90% did not.
I mean, herd immunity, right? That's what they want us.
Did they riot? Because I feel like every time they win or
No.
lose, they riot.
I think
Well,
they kind of kept it on the low.
Yeah,
but
I think they
out
were
there.
kind of tired, you know, like their riot energy is like on the low.
Right.
People already purged.
Oh, they've already purged because of Black
They're
Lives
like,
Matter.
we can do
So
this
they,
again.
they got
It's
all
so
their writing
funny.
out of the
You know,
way.
people are arguing with
Recuperating.
me that the purge didn't happen. The purge totally happened, bro. It totally did. It just for some
We
worse
just
than
missed it
others.
somehow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Or it just didn't come down to us.
Right. Exactly.
Well, it was funny. I got a text today about fucking the county. You know, the county texted me like the updates and shit on what's happening.
The
and,
counts and all that shit.
yeah, so
with
they were
COVID.
saying that we're basically borderlining like being back in the purple tier again, and like
Fucking hell,
where they're
isn't
gonna
it?
shut down all indoor shit again because I think we're at like seven something per 100,000 cases or whatever the fucking percentage is now. So if it goes above that, like we're basically fucked. But I'm pretty sure like the last time Newsom was pressing that was going to happen a couple weeks ago, like everyone in San Diego was freaking out and they're like, no, we're not doing it. We're not closing down. Like, fuck you. San Diego coalition of like restaurateurs and everybody else was like, we're not going to close our doors and you are not going to stop us. So everyone's kind of like over it and backing each other, and the city of San Diego was ready to like sue Newsom over it because it's basically going to ruin. It's going to ruin. Everybody's going to be done after that. Like no one will survive another shutdown. Three shutdowns in 6 months, 7 months. It's going to fucking destroy the entire restaurant industry.
Who would have thought, huh? I never saw myself living in some shit like this.
Bro, I keep watching these movies, these doomsday things, right? And I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this? Right? Like
These are the signs.
it was bound to happen. It was bound for us to get like, I guess, foolish, bro. But then the other thing is like, is it? Like, did they pull the wolf? You know, the sheep. However,
Pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah, like they try to fucking hoodwink motherfuckers, right? And be like, yo, this thing will kill you.
You have pizza in your teeth.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of like seeming that way, right? Like, especially after fucking Trump gets COVID, and then like 3 days later, he's like, "I'm good, homies, no problems."
I think that was just a whole little stunt to get
out of the debate. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Did they show his? He barely showed us his taxes. Did he show us the receipts on the test?
See, because that blew over. How quickly did that blow over?
Unbelievable.
The tax thing?
Yeah,
No.
that motherfucker. We pay more taxes than that motherfucker.
Right. Way more, bro.
Way more.
But the thing is that it's not his fault that happens.
What do you mean?
It's the way the structure is set up. So
The structure set up for the rich to succeed and the poor to just continue to be poor.
No, but even if you're trying to make it, if you like, you could protect your businesses basically, right? Like,
right.
You can put your business on a hook and some shit pops off and you're like, fuck it, bankrupt, and then you don't touch me, bro. I lost it all. All right, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's not like so much that you could do with other things. He just like got really good at raping the system, right?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, they're saying like his fucking wife and his kid, and then like whatever press secretary, they all got COVID. They're saying,
but those fucking
and then like so many people from like that Rose Garden gala thing got sick, and
oh my god.
But like, nobody's died, and then I don't know. I mean, they're saying, oh, well, you have access to the best healthcare and blah blah blah, so of course you're gonna survive it. But I don't know. I feel like it's bullshit.
I see a lot of everyone getting it out there. Nick Saban just got it.
I know.
All the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Right, I was just gonna say, bro, there was 20.
Your boo, Cam Newton.
My baby got it.
Your baby
Gilmore,
boo.
bro. Stephon
I know.
Gilmore hit it
I
too.
still think that he's but yeah, Gilmore.
Is he doing it? Like, are all these guys like making it right? They've bounced back.
But they also have like $500,000 invested in keeping their body up.
I get that, but I'm just saying like all of them survived, right?
Even
listen, The Rock said he had it, and all I've seen from The Rock is throw up massive tequila commercials.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah.
That's all I see.
Right
The
now,
Rock
is it
do.
just like a play on like things like to promote fucking their personal gains? Like, oh yeah, I got endorsed by this fucking thing and I had COVID, so now I'm gonna be in the center of attention for a while. So now I'm worth more money. I don't like. I just feel like all of this stuff.
We literally did some crazy shit, and this is no offense to The Rock, right? But basically, when the whole world was waiting to see who The Rock was going to endorse. And now that he endorsed his team, like, the world can be happier now.
Right.
I'm like, bro, much love. But when did you become like John the Baptist of politics, right? Like, as soon as they got your okie dokie, we're okie dokie, right? Because I'm like, I mean, if anybody would be, like, say, on some level like that, it might be like a Oprah or something to come out and have like mad money.
I feel like I haven't even heard anything about.
She's
Oprah
smart
during
though.
This whole thing.
She's smart. She stays
at all.
She doesn't get in the lanes, bro. That's why she stays with her bread, bro. She don't be fucking around.
What do you guys think about the fucking Ice Cube thing?
Oh, that's awesome. Did you see that?
I didn't. But
the Ice Cube's like endorsing Trump and like supporting him and shit. People are like, there's a major backlash.
Because he was ripping him for years, huh?
I don't really know.
But you would think that Cube was like anti-system, right? Because of all that. Like, he's basically the punk rock of,
NWA, bro. He is the punk rocker of rap, 100%. Like, listen, even as a punk rocker growing up, we fucking bumped NWA too, because it was just like everything was like fuck the system. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's rap or rock or punk or what. It's just like
it's against it.
Yeah, fuck this. So yeah, that's interesting to see him come out and like support. I don't know. What do you guys think about Kanye's fucking bid for the White House?
That shit is like
I don't care.
they're running like sabotage political tactics. I was
really?
making a joke.
Like, he even stands a chance. Come on.
Listen, it's not about standing a chance, right? It's about taking votes
from everyone else. Yeah.
Right.
But
so
that's the thing. Is like that's wrong. It's like it shouldn't. The whole two-party system is just such a fucked system. We shouldn't have to choose from the lesser of two evils. We should have a solid third and fourth candidate that has an actual chance. I think it's super wrong that we have to vote Democratic or a Republican when so many people now don't identify themselves as either or political party. They're independents or they're libertarians or whatever they are. Like the fact that you're stuck with fucking douche
Just
and
wanted-
McDouche. It's like, this sucks. That's not fair. And you have to vote for either one because it doesn't matter because whoever you vote as a third party is not even going to stand a chance. It's wrong.
I don't get
My
involved.
two put on politics.
Why? You don't vote, or you just?
I haven't voted, never voted.
Never?
Not political. I'm not. I stay away from it, truth be told.
Yeah.
Everything that I hear, it just seems like a fixed system no matter what.
100%.
So it's like,
I'm with
no
you on
matter
that.
my involvement, like I get it. Like I guess my involvement does matter in some sense, but to what point? You know what I mean? So it's like, at what difference can I make if I'm not directly in there? You know what I mean? Like I can have my views on fucking everything political, but to the next person, it's completely wrong.
Right.
So why should I even have a political view in the first place? You know what I mean?
I get it.
And I just personally just don't have the energy to fucking deal with someone trying to tell me.
You know
their
what I think? A
fucking
lot of it
views.
too is that like I think that healthy debate has been kind of ostracized in like nowadays because you can't debate politics or religion. Like this is like, the two things they tell you. Don't bring up at the bar, don't bring up at family gatherings because you start fights. And it's like, what happened to like healthy debating where like we had debate class in high school and it was like, you can argue your points of view without someone getting butthurt or having their feelings hurt or getting pissed off and like resorting to like name calling. Like what happened to having that like agree to disagree thing? Like that doesn't exist anymore. Now everybody's just like quick to fucking jump down your throat and say, well, I'll fucking murder your family because you don't have the same opinion as me, you know? Something changed in the facet there. I don't know when or why or how, but it's definitely changed a lot in the last 20 years where you can't debate healthily anymore with
You
people.
just can't have an opinion.
You cannot have an opinion that differs from anyone else's because if they find it offensive, then it's a
You're
fight.
wrong.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
wrong and you're a piece of shit and you should die and your whole family should be murdered. And it's like, wait a minute. How about we are allowed to have different opinions and we just agree to disagree on this shit? We don't have to think the same. That's the greatest thing about our country. It used to be anyway.
It's a sensitive society.
Super sensitive. Jesus Christ.
Think how night and day it is from here in fucking Mexico, man.
Right.
You think they're out there crying about
No.
sensitivity and whatnot? Fuck
Right.
no.
Listen, pick up your big girl panties because it's not that fucking dire. Jesus Christ.
It's crazy how different it is, man. Like you can just see Mexico. It's right there.
I know.
And it's a completely different country.
Yeah.
Just right there.
Third world status to the max.
Whatever, bro. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's go buy a house. Let's get
I
a
don't
bar.
think I could
I'm
do
gonna
it.
move to
I
Mexico.
couldn't do Mexico. I couldn't.
I would have
I
to
love
be.
it,
It's gonna be
but I
balled
couldn't.
out though. I gotta be like super balled out.
I'm just worried about the cartel. Like we were talking about this before. I'm
Right.
like, if I didn't have to deal with the cartel, sure, but that's like a
That's
huge
always
risk.
that's always a chance, no matter what.
But you know what her dad said? The other argument for that is
Uh,
the government's the cartel too. So
no,
at
it
the
is.
end
No
of the
matter
day,
what.
you gotta
No matter
pay
what.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta pay somebody to stay safe, basically,
Yeah,
or keep your
right.
shit
Yeah.
fucking cool,
You
and
know,
legit.
that's why over there, motherfucking rich niggas live good because
They're through them.
Right.
They're covered.
yeah,
They looked out for.
right.
That's the life I want.
I'll go
Maybe
to
I should
Canada.
just join the cartel.
Nah.
Listen, I was you know
Wait,
what's- you know what's
how
the
do you
thing?
just get in with these guys and then just make it cool? Just like, listen, bro, I want to live in your country. Do whatever you need me to
Usually
do.
You gotta
Like,
know a guy who knows
knows a guy, right? Can't be grandfathered in.
Or family.
Listen, I'm
Or
telling you,
family.
I said if
Family.
you get smart, man, you look up some of the laws, bro, and you just try to get good with some of these dudes. You just gotta be smart with how you pull it off. But the weed service industry, like the delivery service, I think is
Right.
super underutilized, especially in San
I get my
Diego.
weed delivered to me.
Right.
All the time.
Well,
Right.
we used to
All the
as
time.
well. Like, we would get delivery service.
That's all I do. Down in Chula Vista, all the dispensaries got raided.
Right.
Like nothing's
Yeah.
open. Like,
Exactly.
there's
Well, that's the
nothing-
thing that happens out here in East County, too.
And
It's just-
I hate. I'm not gonna pay taxes on my weed. Like that's fucking.
I know, but that's
ridiculous.
also no. But first of all, then you should totally want to pay taxes on the weed because you pay taxes on fucking water and soda
See,
and
I'm spoiled.
milk.
I'm
You
spoiled
don't understand?
because in Oregon I didn't have to pay taxes on fucking anything.
But
and
you're talking
especially
about-
on my weed.
I know, but
So I don't want to pay taxes.
I'm
on
sure
my
you
weed.
pay taxes on the weed up there.
No,
You sure it's tax free,
I'm
but
absolutely positive.
but legit spots,
Yeah.
not the shit that moves all the time.
I promise you. I
right.
promise you.
Yeah, Oregon's been kind of on that bend for
No,
a
but
minute,
I
though.
feel like the whole purpose or half the purpose of even making it legal is to tax it. So
100%.
if you're not making the taxes on it, then you make the argument then we're not making it legal, right? Like That's how you even convince other fucking dudes that are not on it. Like, look, check it out. Might be a little bit more higher motherfuckers, but there's going to be a lot more dough because you want to tax it. Like, I'm fine paying taxes on bud. I pay taxes on all goods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the homeboy's got to get,
Well, I mean, if you look at the situation in Colorado, right? Like, when they legalized weed because they were the
right,
first.
they pay taxes.
They were the first state to do so. And then they taxed it, but because it was so fucking popular and so many people were going to the legal dispensaries and paying taxes, they had so much revenue, they didn't even know what to do with their money. So they basically refunded, like, all of the school programs, like, all of their roads are fixed. Like, everything is just basically working and functioning at, like, 120% now because they have extra too. So it's like, yeah, all the shit that had been defunded in the school programs, like music and fucking extracurricular activities and PE or whatever sports, like they put all that money back into the state and fixed all their shit, and they still have money they don't know what to do with. But that's kind of, I think, what they were trying to do in California. But yeah, you get all the illegal dispensaries that are popping up, so it's hard to maintain. But it really did help them.
But it's been like that. Like, I was talking to somebody about it the other day. What they did in San Diego, when they did in some of these other counties, they made it very difficult because when you're talking about difficult. Okay, you could only have 10 licenses. Of course, there's gonna be a Cowboys. Right? Why don't you just give more licenses and watch it more?
Well, it's a lot of money, so like you've got to have a lot of fucking money up front to like get those.
But a lot of those dudes
it's
have
the same as a liquor license. Like it's $150,000 to get a liquor license, if not $250.
And people still open up liquor stores. They
do, but it's like, who's that fucking liquid to have that kind of money to put up front? You know what I mean? Like you end up with foreign adversaries like coming in with all their fucking oil money and shit and like opening a liquor store. Like I'm just saying, like for the average person, like who's got 250,000 racks just chilling, be like, oh, I'm gonna be a fucking have a bud dispensary now or a liquor store. I'm like, nobody I know has that kind of fucking money. Come on, do you know anybody with that kind of money?
But I feel like it's those dudes that do it, like even on the slide, right? Like if you get a spot and you do all that stuff, you probably wouldn't need that much money to start, right? And then once you start getting it going, they make a lot of money, right?
You can make that back,
right? So you're talking about you can make a $10,000 day, right? You could string a couple of those together, right?
On just fucking flour, wax. I mean, selling all that shit. Yeah.
We gotta figure out like what SDRC did in fucking Mission Valley.
Because they got one of the licenses, right?
Yeah, no,
but they came in early too. They came in real early in the game. So like I think things have probably changed since then, and it's probably more money, of course. But like if you were smart enough to get in early when they were first making it legal just for medical purposes, right? And you had like that slot in, you're already good to go.
Right. But that shit didn't even make any sense, right? Because, like, I wonder what was the borderline or what thing you got, right, that certified you as being able to sell it medicinally.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny because I have a story about that. So this was probably 7 years ago, maybe 6. In order to get medical marijuana, right? You would have to go see a physician.
Yeah, get your green card, right?
But there were like all these pop-up shops of these physicians. Right. I'm using air quotes here. I know nobody can see it, but I'm using air quotes, these physicians, where you would go in and basically fill out a form and they would ask you, okay, what's your deal? What do you need? Oh, my back hurts, or I have anxiety, or I can't sleep, or any of that. They would basically just take your bullshit reason and they would write you a script, like a prescription. Here you go. And then you could go to the medical marijuana dispensaries. It was that quick. So you would spend like $25, $50 to get the script to go get it. So you would have to, it was like a 2-step process. You go get your script and then you can go to the medical marijuana places. But it was super easy. But there were all these little pop-up places where these physicians were giving out prescriptions for pot. It was easy. Like they didn't check you. It wasn't like a physical or like you didn't get blood drawn. It was just like they asked you like 3 questions.
Like, what's wrong
okay,
with
bro, got you. Here's your script. Goodbye. Have a good nice day.
Cataracts.
Yeah. glaucoma. I don't know. Whatever you wanted to fucking say.
And that's what I'm saying. So like, I wonder how they were able to operate in that space, right? Because they're still making money too. Because you can, if you're saying, yo, if I sneeze and it almost kills me, but when I smoke weed, I never sneeze anymore.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
you're like, okay, cool, you can get a card right here.
Because you'd have to pay the fee to get the prescription, which was interesting. I don't know. The whole thing was like super sketchy, but it was like whatever.
I miss the old days of picking up from a sketchy scumbag.
You like that stuff? I don't like that stuff.
It just tastes better, bro. The weed tastes better.
No way. That nasty fucking brown weed.
No, not the brown. No, the illegal weed tastes better.
No way.
That was illegal.
No. Legal or illegal?
Illegal.
Illegal tastes like shit.
No, it was better.
I feel like they've really stepped up their game in like the fucking weed business.
But we also in California
like
too, bro.
Yeah, no, Cali weed, no matter what,
even if it's whack, it's still good.
Oh, always, 100%.
Especially right now.
I don't know. Oregon kind of has like like pretty gangster shit up there too.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like in Northern California, like Humboldt County and shit. That's
the
like
weather. They just have better weather.
They just have better.
But
weather
honestly, some parts of Oregon, they're getting down.
For sure. Well, I remember when I was a kid and like, you know, weed was not even like on the spectrum of being even close to legal. But you know, we would buy like fucking dime bags and shit, and it would be just horrible, shitty, mexy weed, and that would be brown and disgusting. And then you'd get like the one guy who like knew a guy who knew a guy who was like, man, I have a grower in like Humboldt County, and I've got this badass shit, and like it would have like colors on it and like crystallized, and it would be like blow your mind kind of shit. But that was like few and far between back, you know, this is what, 25 years ago. But I remember like always hearing like Humboldt County was like where the best weed came out of. That's like Northern California.
Me and Jake were talking about it the other day, but we seen it on I forget, I think it's called The Business of Drugs on Netflix, and like Cali's just got it on Smash.
I always have, yeah.
On the weed department, like 20, I think like 20, it's billion or million. I'm not 100% sure, but they like accumulate so much fucking like revenue
just off of weed.
Yes.
We have to think about like California as a state in general. Like we're what, the third largest, like
I think it's the fifth.
The fifth? Okay, the fifth largest producer of produce and goods.
Oh, the produce is probably higher. Yeah,
higher. I think it's third.
Yeah.
In the country, or if not the world. Like we're
booming.
We're booming out shit. Like we could be our own country, literally, because we can sustain ourselves.
Cali's dope.
Yeah, 100%.
Cali's dope.
We're the third largest state.
Thank God. I mean, we're close to purple, but
fucking hate it here though.
We're almost in that purple tier. Well, San Diego anyway. I think LA is still fucked. They've been fucked the whole time.
But the cases, I don't even feel like the media has like gotten so silent on cases. It's crazy, bro.
They're focusing on the fucking election next month.
Yeah.
Like less than a month, bro. It's like less than a month. It's the 16th. Fuck. It's like 4 weeks. 3 weeks from now.
What a mini mix up.
You think Trump's gonna make it?
What a trip. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. A lot of people. This is what I want to say. Really, is that a lot of people are gonna talk a lot of shit, and that's why they're doing all of these antics. It's up to the people to vote. This is when it's gonna count a little bit more. Because the last time they thought they had that shit in the bag, and homeboy beat Hillary, right? They're like, nah, I don't vote. You know, that's not what I do. You know, there's a whole bunch of those motherfuckers.
Honestly, I just can't wait for the aftermath of the shit.
And then it passed. And then, I mean, homeboy, look, he's done aight. Has he done any better? I don't know. I mean, the crazy thing is that he basically became the president to hide that he owes money, which is insane.
You think?
Yeah, they said he's like $400 million in debt.
Then why is he giving away his fucking presidential salary?
Giving away for favors, I'm sure.
He's donating that shit to like
he's
charity.
Like, yo, here, you take this contract over here.
Yeah, no, but he's donating to like wounded warriors and shit.
Yeah, I
and,
think
like,
he does
veterans.
the vet stuff, but there's definitely.
Like, why would he donate his shit then? That doesn't make sense.
You don't think maybe they're like kicking him back some arms deals and shit? Who knows? Listen, he's already involved. Listen, no one can even really explain what the fuck is happening with this like Ukraine shit and this Russian shit. And like,
what is that thing with Biden's kid? I don't get it. Oh,
that's other thing. That's even weird, crazy.
Yeah. No, the one that made like the fucking some deal with the Russians or some shit. I don't know, but I know it's being blocked on a lot of social media, which is funny.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's just
Politics doesn't matter, dude. All of it's fucking corrupt. It's all wrong. It's all fucking shite. I don't trust any of them.
I don't get involved.
I tell you this. You know what? You know what I think?
So I don't care.
I think that if the Democrats get into office, a lot of people are gonna make a lot of money up front, but in the back end, it's gonna crumble. I think that having a little bit more, like, I don't want to call it balance, but I don't think he makes direct plays that affect the outcome of this country. Because I think when this whole COVID shit happened, they were like, okay, it was nice. Thank you. That's really nice. We'll only inform you with stuff that we really need to inform you of when the president is needed. Right? I mean, I don't know. I don't think, I think he's too busy playing golf and shit, hanging out.
That's every fucking president, bro.
Right. But we're not in COVID. We're in COVID. So you should be playing golf right
For
now.
real, no, he's still out there playing golf.
You should be
during
like,
COVID.
Hey,
trying
that's
to-
social distance. What do you want?
No,
He's not
I'm
even
not
wearing a
saying
mask
that.
either.
Right.
You're outside.
That's why he got COVID.
Right.
This
You
is a
wildin'.
Holding rallies
Yeah.
Fuck.
without wearing
Hey,
a
let's-
mask.
Kissing all the babies.
Let's change fucking subjects.
Why, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
How about
get out
them
of
Dodgers?
So
How about them Dodgers?
Yeah, whatever.
How about them Dodgers?
You're gonna lose tomorrow, and that's gonna be it. Done, son. You're
You know,
done.
we've been playing like the
I'll
Padres
tell you
lately, and
this,
it's
bro,
not-
and this
not
is
been
not a
fun.
shot to anybody, bro, but if it ends up being the fucking Rays and the Braves, that is gonna be such a boring fucking game.
I don't think
In
it's
the
gonna be a
sense of,
boring
like,
game. Not at all. It's gonna be a great game.
I shouldn't say it that way. I say more of like, you know, the ratings are gonna not be great.
Well, no, because I think the Braves have a pretty big following, and they always have since like the 80s, 90s when they were really good back then. But I don't know, the Rays, but
If we got a shot at it, I want the Astros again. Give me the Astros in the World
you want
Series.
the Dodgers.
I don't know if you
Astros?
want the
Yeah.
Stros,
I
bro.
want the Astros.
I still think
want
they're wearing beepers, bro.
I want them. Something. Something.
Bro, those
No,
fuckers are still
serious.
hitting, bro.
I don't
Honestly,
understand
they're
it.
cheating.
I don't
They're
get
cheating.
it.
It's the
Cheers, bro.
park. It's Petco. Petco's is a smaller park. It's a home run hitting park.
I don't think so.
And the
bro.
weather's nicer down here right now.
The weather is nice.
The weather's
Well,
carrying right now.
Yeah, it's hot here, but you're right. And Petco is probably pretty
I know. I'm
nice.
so pissed I didn't get to go see the fucking not one of the games that was here.
I know. You wanted to see the Yankees so bad. I'm sorry.
There's
babe.
game 7.
I know,
But
but
he wanted to see the Yankees.
no,
The
but not
Yankees?
even the Yankees too, and any of them. But yeah, the Yanks would have been nice to see them too. But it was, at least good to see that the San Diego name was getting thrown out there a little bit.
That's what I was saying. I'm glad.
For
Petco
sure.
and downtown.
Oh, speaking of which, what was it? Wolfric and I were driving somewhere the other day, and we watched the Goodyear blimp take off. So it takes off from out here, and then we watched it fly out. to
That's
Petco.
dope.
It was pretty cool because we were talking about it the other day. Like,
I know,
they're like,
yeah.
I wonder where that flies out from. I'm like, flies out from out of here.
Yeah, that's always been a trippy thing to me.
The blimps?
Yeah,
Why?
just because how they work.
Yeah, it's a little. You know what
Right?
freaks me out? I always think about the Hindenburg.
Yeah, like all that
The
shit.
Hindenburg,
right?
like just fucking blowing up the
Right.
hydrogen and just like burning and
But I also-
crashing.
but-
I'm like, every time I see a blimp, that's
It's gonna
exactly
go
what I
down.
think.
But
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna
like,
go down.
it's gonna blow up right now. 100% of this thing's gonna crash. It's gonna be great.
That would be so sick though if you think about it.
Well, they don't make them out of. What was it? Fucking. It wasn't hydrogen. It was. Was it hydrogen?
Could've been.
Helium or some shit. I don't know. Something flammable and it
Something
fucking
hella
blew up.
flammable.
I wanted to do like the balloon shit, but I think I would lose my mind and pass out.
The hot air balloon.
Yeah, it's too
I couldn't do
small, and we're
I
going
don't
too
do
far
heights. Yeah,
up.
I don't do
No.
heights.
And I don't think I would lose my mind. I can't do
Why?
Ferris wheels.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do that either. I don't
You
do
guys are
heights.
fucking weak
do
sauce.
heights.
Oh my
No, I
god.
could do heights. I could do heights if it's a mountain or if like a building.
Bullshit. Can you walk across a bridge? Can you climb a fucking ladder? Can you do
Who,
anything?
me?
Yeah, you.
Right now, not in this COVID state that I'm in.
Bitch ass. No, you
Right?
mean you can't. Are you really afraid of heights?
No, oh,
Like
you're
on
talking
that?
about, oh, ladders and stuff. No, I could get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I need to, I'll hop on a ladder.
All
But,
right. What
like-
about like bridges? You get like freaked out on bridges
yeah.
or
The
tall
bridges-
buildings?
Fuck yeah.
No, the bridge in San Diego, I don't like it because I look at it and it's like
The Coronado Bridge?
No, there's a wood bridge that's very famous.
Oh, that you walk through, right?
Yeah, you walk across, and that thing does not feel safe. I've walked across it. That was rough.
Isn't that in Balboa?
I was
Somewhere
gonna say,
around
isn't
there.
that
That area,
Balboa?
right?
in that area. It's like one of the hidden gems of SD.
Did
type
you
of shit.
ever do you get like freaked out when you walk into Balboa Park from on the bridge?
Yeah, that shit freaks me out.
Where?
Freak you out?
Especially because it's over the freeway too.
Yeah.
What is it? The 163?
It's the 163. Yeah.
Like the bend?
The bridge.
Right
that
before you
goes
get
over.
into Balboa.
Yeah. So like if you parked out like
What is it, by
on like
5th?
5th or 6th
Yeah.
and then you walked into Balboa Park and that big long bridge where you have to cross the freeway to get into the park. Have you ever crossed that like on foot? Mm-hmm. Okay, does it freak you out?
No.
No, okay. So
Yeah, that thing is dumb, but
See, that shit
it's
good.
brick.
Anything crumbles, dude.
Yeah, but
Anything
not a
goes
wooden
down.
fucking
Earthquake,
bridge.
bro.
A
Anything
wooden
goes
bridge
down,
is not
dude.
looking
No,
good, bro.
Fuck that, dude.
I don't
Any
know.
bridge.
Bro, that shit is like Disneyland to me. That's like walking into Disneyland.
I think the only
Disneyland
time I
fucks
get
me
like
up.
nervous on bridges is when I have the kids. Like I can do it by myself, no problem. But when I have my children with me, and because they're little,
It's
I
just
like
mommy
No.
instinct.
it is my music because I
The-
get get the sweaty palms and like I immediately start to envision like one of them being stupid and like not listening to me and like going over to the edge and like then they fall and it's like, oh yeah, it's the same on a pier. I'm like, no, you're holding my hand, you little shit. You're not fucking going nowhere because I just immediately envision them like,
Having to go over.
oh look at the bird, and then like jumping off the fucking off the pier into the water.
That's why it's the best like piece of real estate to have fun on and make your butthole tighten up a little bit is go blow it on the Coronado Bridge. That shit is crazy, bro.
Fuck that bridge.
That bridge
That
is
bridge
awesome.
isn't that bad.
It's
No,
kind of
it
crazy.
is.
No, you know what's really bad
That bridge
is
is
the
not-
the Portugal Bridge, the bridge from Long Beach to San Pedro.
It's okay.
Mm.
That shit is fucking bigger than the Coronado
Yeah,
Bridge.
for
and that thing
sure.
is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That thing is like
But the Coronado Bridge, for whatever
it's-
reason, you feel
it's
like you're gonna fall
like
off.
a tension bridge.
It's
Is that what they
cursed.
call?
It's cursed.
Actually, you know
It's
what?
cursed?
That's true.
I think from just all the deaths, I think
the
it's just
people
a,
have killed themselves
yeah.
there?
I think it's just a cursed bridge.
You know, speaking of, because we always get on the spooky ookie.
Ooh.
That's really funny. Because every time I drive that bridge, bro, I feel eerie, and it could be that is
It's
that.
a Latino thing. It has to be.
You guys are bitches.
No.
It's that spiritual.
Yes,
That sense.
yeah,
No, I feel that
I'm
shit
being
too every
serious.
time.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
fuck
there's so
yeah.
much depth there. Like where?
You
What
just
is?
feel it.
Yeah,
No shit.
it's kind of weird. It's strange, and then on
I
top of
feel
that,
it.
it's like fucking
You're
this
up
epic.
there.
It's
Every
It's
It's
like
a
a roller
beautiful.
coaster.
It's the
going up.
best
It's
view.
amazing.
It's an amazing view.
like if you're not driving, it's awesome.
Like, it kinda
if you're
sucks,
driving,
like-
it sucks.
It's the worst.
There's
I
no
get
way
in the
to.
middle.
You can't walk
No,
on
I-
the bridge. They don't let you walk on the bridge.
No,
but
there's no way. They're already jumping.
I get it. But I'm saying that it sucks that they don't let you walk because what an amazing view that would be. Like the Brooklyn Bridge. Like you're allowed to walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right.
But they don't have that access from like downtown to Coronado, like where they should have like an underground thing where you can like that's a fucking epic view, man. You have the entire bay. You can see Point Loma, all of downtown, like everything. Like that would be beautiful. They should totally fucking build something like that.
Maybe that's why they jump from there.
Is that
Just the
it?
last
It's just
minute
too
view.
beautiful. They have to kill themselves.
Right?
Last minute view.
It's like if you're jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, it's not gonna look that good. It's probably raining. There's no sun.
Did I ever tell you the story about
gonna
that I read
fucking
about
feel
the
really
guy that like
terrible.
jumped off the fucking it's not the Bay Bridge. Is it the Bay Bridge in San Francisco?
Golden Gate.
The Golden Gate. Thank you.
Yeah.
So like he's a huge advocate for like suicide prevention now and like suicide awareness and shit. But like
He survived.
He survived. So he's one of the few people that survived after they jumped. And he
I think
said
he did a TED talk, didn't he?
he's a super rad dude. So like he's a motivational speaker and whatnot. But like
So it's probably the same guy.
this thing, like the one thing that has always stuck with me that he said is just like, do you ever have the feeling that as soon as you commit to something, you immediately know that you made a mistake?
Yeah, that's he.
And he's like, that's exactly how it felt the minute I took my first step off the bridge. He's like, I knew in that split second I had made a mistake and I didn't actually want to die. And he's like, I was one of the few people that have been lucky enough to survive. And like, I couldn't imagine.
He could walk in all that shit.
Yeah. Like he's literally like a fucking Tony Robbins for like suicide. Like he's a fucking amazing speaker and he travels everywhere and I can't remember his name.
I don't remember. I think
But
he did
yeah,
do a
he
TED talk.
survived a suicide attempt and he was just like, yeah, the minute I fucking stepped off that bridge, I knew I fucked up. And that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, that's a
Super
tough
intense, I know, but like
thing. Yeah, no. I'm saying like that's a crazy thing to commit to,
right.
right?
For real.
and then to have second thoughts after you jumped, fuck.
Rough, right? Because you're like, I'm not gonna survive.
It's over now, bro. You can't go back.
Right.
Yeah,
Then
because there's no survival. Like,
then your death is the worst at that point. If you're
Yeah.
full of regrets
Right.
for it, then that's just the worst
100%,
death right
yeah.
there.
That's why I think shooting yourself in the face or doing something instant,
in the
like,
face, it's just straight up.
to shoot yourself in the face.
Yeah,
That's
because-
all you
That's
need
it,
to do.
dude.
That's
no,
it.
dude.
because if you shoot it, it's like instant, right?
Right.
The falling, you gotta think about
Sometimes you
that
miss,
shit.
though,
Some
bro.
people have survived that shit
Yeah.
too.
I
And
get
they're
it.
just like
I get it. I
fucked
get
up
it.
forever.
So like, how do you know
So
where
maybe
to
you gotta
hit?
maybe you gotta put the tube in the gas in the car and then stay in the
How come you
garage.
just don't hit the heart? How come no one just ever does that? I don't get that.
You know,
He
I
would
think-
still survive that
well,
shit.
It's interesting.
And it doesn't fuck your face up.
Yeah, but that's the thing about that. Like, so it's been studied that most men will kill themselves, shoot themselves, right? So like, women are more likely to slit their wrist or like do the bathroom thing or you know, pills or whatnot, where men are more likely to just fucking try to blow their brains out. They're not as vain, I guess, as women. So like, they don't care what
They'll just fucking do
they're
it.
just like, blow my face off. I don't care.
I think because you don't really have an understanding of how all that shit works, bro.
Well, I think if you're
Right?
like mentally in that space, like at that
You're
point, I
just
don't think
done.
it doesn't matter
Right.
anymore. You know, that's super sad.
Yeah,
like
it
the
is.
whole thing with COVID too, like that, like it's driven the suicide rate up so much, and then like the suicide prevention line has, I don't even know the fucking statistics. The last I read it, but it was like 1,000 times busier than it's ever been ever because people are like really having a hard time with this, like being, you know, ostracized and like stuck in what do they call it? Fucking quarantined. You know, people are really struggling mentally with that shit.
It's really fucked up a lot of people's lives.
100%.
It's fucked up a lot of people's
In
lives.
so many different ways that I don't think we expected. But like that's a lot of the things that I hear at the bar. It's like people come in and they're like they're yearning so much for like just some sense of normalcy of what life was like before that, you know, they're so happy to be there. Like I don't think I've dealt with many Karens fucking at the bar. Like I haven't. People are just like, I'm just so happy to have a place to go now and like people to see. And like, this is the first time I've been out in fucking 6 months and to sit at a bar and like have a drink. It's just like, fuck, this is great.
You
This is
know
like
what
the
that
best
is
part
right
of the
there?
life this year.
It's called being spoiled.
You think so?
Yes.
America is too fucking spoiled.
Yeah. We're getting a slice of the.
You know what it is? I don't think it's that we're spoiled because
It
I
is.
don't think that we understand that we're spoiled.
No, you know why? Because if we were living somewhere in like South America,
I get that. Like I already knew where you were going with
right,
this.
or even anywhere else, their
But-
lockdown laws.
I get it,
Are
but I
brutal.
also you have to understand that like our sense of normalcy and their sense of normalcy are two different things, right? So if you've been raised in like South America or Central America or in Africa or any other place where like life as you know it as from an infant in birth has been a certain way, right? So as shitty as their lives are, they don't know any different, right? So like they don't understand. Where I think you're wrong in saying that we're spoiled is because that we've been raised a certain way our entire life. We don't know any different. We've never lived that life. It's not that we're not understanding of that. It's just that like this is the normalcy for us. And yeah, spoiled considering looking at a third world country who's never had, you know, fucking running water. Obviously, could be considered spoiled, but it's not our fault either that this is the way that our life has been our entire life. This is what we're used to. And when things are not the way we're used to, we're like, fuck, this really sucks. And it does fuck with you no matter what. But it's because we are out of touch with what other, I don't know, lifestyles are like in other parts of the world. We have no idea because most people in America have never experienced that shit. They don't know what it's like to live in a third world country. They don't know what it's like not to have running water or lights or fucking, you know, sleep in a mud hut. They're completely out of touch, obviously. But it's not their fault that they're out of touch. This is what's normal for them.
Yeah, but you think what they see on TV, because America's all about TV and what they put on TV, you think from what they see, they wouldn't fuck around so much and not end up like that. Because America could easily become a third world country it keeps heading in the wrong directions. You know, like we're not safe.
No.
You know, we're not safe from being a third world country just because we're America. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't stop anything. But I say spoiled in the sense that if we wanted COVID to stop a long time ago, we very well could have been more strict about it. Think of, people that wanted this shit to stop or think it was fake just kept doing the shit that they were doing and numbers kept rising. Whereas in other countries that their laws were strict, that like if you go outside,
you're done, son.
That's it. It's
but
more
there's
strict.
also an argument to be said there too in like the northern countries of like Sweden and Norway, where they didn't have any restriction laws, and they were just like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna keep operating the way we operate, and we're not gonna stop anything. And their cases are like the lowest in the fucking world. You know, they didn't stop anything. They just kept doing what they normally do. And it's like...
They could have been like an extra bacteria that was here in America.
It could be environmental. Like, who knows if it had something to do with, like, the place of where they were.
Not only that, but just
it's
the
fucking cold up there.
population size, too, though. In Sweden and there, they could probably contain that shit so much easier because of a smaller population. Whereas here in the U.S., one person can be with one, and it spreads like fucking crazy.
But you see, the fucking London's about to go back on another lockdown, bro. Like they're about to lock that shit down again because the numbers are rising so high.
That's why I say, be prepared and start diversifying, in the sense of like, you gotta get smart on something that you could do remotely, bro. Because if motherfuckers start shutting shit down again, bro, it's so crazy. You got to figure out now how to make money that is not like in a physical building, right? Where it's like a job basically, right? Like even if it's a little bit, it's still something, because they're just taking away all this shit. Thank God San Diego kind of stood up a little bit, and I was like, yeah, we're not shutting this shit down because
we can't.
Yeah, no one's gonna fucking survive another shutdown.
Because we can't.
I don't know, man. This whole thing is fucking crazy to me. None of it makes sense. I don't know what to believe. I'm just like, shit.
All I know
feel like
is
most other people do. Just like, well, this is what it is.
You just keep doing your thing.
Yeah, just keep riding the tide.
It's your life. It doesn't matter who's in the fucking presidency. It doesn't matter what the country's like. Just fucking do your thing, because at the end of the day, whatever you do affects your life. So that's how I see it. I'm going to keep doing my shit, whether I vote, whether I don't vote. It's not going to matter. There's still going to be a fucking president, whether I want it to be there or not.
The sun's still going to shine tomorrow.
Right. I still need to get up. I still need to do my shit. So it doesn't matter who's fucking there and fucking running the world. As long as I'm doing my shit and getting my shit done, why should it matter?
I get that. I understand that point of view. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all just a fucking tiny speck in the big fucking universe.
But at the end of the day, all you have is yourself.
This is the only life you got, as far as we know. At least the one that's the only life that you're going to remember in this consciousness.
I don't know. As long as there's weed. I'm cool with that.
As long as I have.
As long as I can roll a blunt.
Well, I mean, living in Cali, we're okay, bro.
As long as I could roll a blunt. If I know that I'm going to die and I can roll a blunt, that's fine. Because I'll go out smoking, you know what I mean? So as long as there's weed.
I don't know, man. I don't think that it's going to be even part of that conscious being that you're going to be. I don't even think you're a conscious being. I take that back. Part of the spirit that you're going to become after you die.
No,
it's not even something.
I don't give a shit. It's if I know I'm gonna die, I at least want a blunt, and then I'll go out that way. Like I'm cool with that. And then whatever happens, happens. But thank God for weed.
I'm sure some people would even say thank God for alcohol.
And alcohol.
I'm with the alcohol part. I can't do the weed stuff.
It comes in clutch.
Fucks with my brain in weird ways that I don't like. I think it's because I'm a control freak. I don't like being that out of control. Although, like, psychedelics don't fuck with me like that. I'm, like, cool with that. Because I know it's, like...
Speaking of psychedelics and Oregon's trying to pass...
I know. When is this happening?
Medical mushrooms.
I thought Colorado was, like, already past
Colorado...
that. They
got approved, yeah. Now
that's
Oregon's the next state that's trying to do
and
that.
And then we'll be next,
mushrooms.
because it's how it was with weed. It was Colorado, Oregon, Washington, and then California. Fuck yeah. I'm all in.
It's been
Give me the
proven.
medical mushrooms.
It's
I'm
been
all
proven
in.
how mushrooms help the mind
It does.
change
Changes
completely.
everything. It alleviates depression. It alleviates anxiety.
I think
it,
they did like over 50 tests on 50 different fucking things that goes on in your brain, and mushrooms helped like 49 out of the 50 of them.
That's insane. I believe it 100%. I've had like serious awakenings on fucking mushrooms.
Oh yeah,
Serious awakenings
see
on
everything
DMT.
differently.
Like you definitely spark into something that you don't normally think about, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that was a problem. But now that I know it's a problem, I can fix it, or I can fuck with it, or I can, work on it or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely opened my third eye to a lot of things. I know it's helped you a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm like, I want to hit some DMT soon again.
Yeah, I think the last like couple DMT trips, you were just like, I am a changed man.
It was enlightening. Those colors, bro. Colors is fly.
yeah, that's good stuff.
It is,
That
for
is
sure.
good
Have you
stuff.
done DMT before?
Not DMT,
No?
just mushrooms.
Should totally do
Love
DMT.
mushrooms.
It's quick.
Especially in the woods out there in Portland and Oregon. It was just
I
the most
bet.
beautiful thing ever.
We could.
We totally could.
Jesus.
If you want to. I'm in. I'm all in. I don't have to be to work till
That's,
like 3
that's the
tomorrow.
only reason why I'm like all in even more for you, because I'm like, my poor baby doesn't even get to ever like kick down the door and
I
just
never
like
get to do this shit.
nurse the hangover.
I don't. Like, I'm always
And have
fucking
some friends
up at
over.
7 a.m.
That's why
and,
this
like,
is the house party remix, baby.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna get lit.
Friday's
you
like
should do
the
it
only
right now
night.
too.
I mean, I'm not fucking working tomorrow.
Look, see? Wow, that's it. It's sold.
I'm down to do it during the Dodger game, to be honest with you.
No, do it now.
Fuck you. No, you gotta do it with me while I'm here.
Yeah.
I gotta work tomorrow, losers.
1 o'clock Dodger game, bro.
Fuck.
You already said you were in.
Should we throw some weenies on the grill?
Let's see, because
do it.
by the time we're
Barbecue.
gonna do this party now,
I can't eat a hot dog. You kidding
Oh.
me? That'll fucking
You've been talking about hot dogs all day today. What do you say?
Like a Dodger dog.
'cause
A
I-
Dodger dog.
You know what he said to me? So we were working
It's because
today.
of baseball.
We're
Like a
working and he's
TJ
like,
dog,
Yeah.
comes over and he whispers, he's like, you
Which
know,
is a
what's-
real dog.
He's like, you know what sounds really good right now? And I was like, what? And he's like, a hot dog. And I'm like, what? I'm like, it's so random. What are you talking about?
Like a good old classic Dodger dog.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Man, that's perfect.
Vom.
That's the best.
So gross.
That's the best. Big old fucking wiener.
Jesus Christ, that sounds so sexual. Jesus.
I mean,
Check it out. This is what we're gonna do. Damn, you're coughing all over the place.
Sorry.
She fucked it up. We talking about the wieners and all this shit.
I choked
We're
on
gonna-
the wiener comment. That was
Yeah,
great.
we're gonna take it out on that, and we'll see you guys
end it with the
soon.
wiener.
Yeah, we're gonna end it with the wiener. Thank you, Tabatha, for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake, for coming on.
Pleasure.
Right? We're gonna go enjoy some more stuff.
And a
We'll see you guys around soon.